I'm Sarah Spacek, and I've been a realtor for 5 years. I got started in this business hosting open houses. The first week I was in the business, I held my first open house and I found my first client. I've built 40% of my business just from open houses. A good way to maximize your time for setting up the open house is to find homes that are just going on the market for that first weekend. Go to other agents' open houses and you will feel how a potential buyer feels. It doesn't make for a relaxing time. Being familiar with a neighborhood really does help when you're doing an open house. You need to know the area, the parks, the schools, and so forth. You don't need to know every single detail. It's okay if you don't know all the answers. So just having an inkling of why people are moving to that area so that you can help guide them in the best way possible. I want to be the first person hosting that open house. I'm looking for something that people are wanting to go and see because they're going to be looking at the photographs first. And the third thing is a neighborhood that I know that's very accessible for people to get to. I'll do one on a Saturday, maybe around about the 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. time marker. And then on a Sunday, I might shift it maybe to 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. But I like to kind of stick between kind of the earliest at noon and the latest finishes at 5. It's so important to make people feel comfortable when they're walking into a home they've never walked into and they're meeting a complete stranger. Me, I often use the Bridgerton soundtrack because it's kind of tunes that you know, but they're a bit more kind of chill and mellow. And I'm also going to be, providing refreshments. Now, whether that's a mimosa, orange juice, water, whatever you want and whatever your budget is, and also some pastries, because who doesn't love a pastry? My number one tip for breaking the ice for when people come into the open house is do something different, but something that suits your personality. So the first thing I'll do is try and be kind of humorous and say, welcome to your new home, which, it's kind of cheesy, but people laugh. I just let people go and tour the home on their own. Once they've done the tour of the home, then we're going to start having a conversation. And it's actually not until the end that I'm going to try and capture their details. It's really important that you follow up after your open house as soon as possible with whomever you've got. I'm going to send an email to them just to say, hey, it was so nice meeting you today. And then that's where I'm going to start keeping in touch with them and seeing if I can figure out how I can help them. I'm then going to set up expert searches for them, which are going to automatically be sent to them every day. I think one of the most common mistakes agents make when trying to convert their leads into actual clients is not following up, but also having not asked the right questions at the open house and therefore not listened to what they're looking for. I think the biggest thing to avoid when you're hosting an open house is to talk about yourself. So it's very easy when somebody says, well, we have, 2 dogs, so we need a big yard. Oh my gosh, I have dogs. I love dogs. Show me your dogs. It's okay for you to have that conversation later, but right then and there, it's about them and not you. I think it's easy to get overwhelmed when booking your open houses and thinking, I have to find a client every single time. If you can just pick up even one client per month, that's a pretty good year already, just based off open houses. And then they're going to turn into referrals, etc. The more you do, the more chances you are to meet people and the more chances you are to convert. The specific goal, I'd say, I think is just keep it simple. And the first few times, if you've not done an open house, just congratulate yourself for actually starting to do them. If you can find one client per month, that's amazing. My A to Z of how I prepare for an open house, finding the open house usually on the Thursday. I'm then going to look around the neighborhood and see if there's 2 homes that are kind of similar that then I can go preview if I've got time, and then I can speak more knowledgeably when I'm at the actual open house. Obviously, you want to set up your signs along the way. If you want to use 30 signs, go for it. If you want to use 5 signs, that's fine. I tend to go with the fewer signs because people have GPS nowadays and they're looking to find where the open houses are. I also find the people who have actually sought you out are more serious buyers rather than just kind of the looky-lookers walking by. I'm going to get to the house minimum 30 minutes before. I want to have all my stuff prepped and ready to go, and I don't want to be rushed. A small but powerful tactic is a particular question that I ask people that is also another icebreaker. So once they've gone around the house, they'll find me, I'll find them, and I'll say, hey, so do you want to buy this house? And for some reason, they think it's hilarious. But it's also a great question to find out yes, they do, no, they don't, or we're not sure. So, the takeaway to maximize your open house: number one is the music. Number two, keep it simple. And number three, just be yourself. I hope you found some of this useful. My name's Sarah Spacek, and please just go out and do some open houses.